Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil to one Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey, hey, Guyana is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young, and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more. Guyana got things, we growing wings and developing things. The government real, and that's a big deal. I'm singing from my heart, Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no water can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil to one Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I... This is Quincy Anderson. You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6
All right. The distinguished pleasure is mine this morning to call this special program to order. Please allow me to recognize our Honorable Minister, Mr. Hamilton, Minister of Labor, and his distinguished team at the head table, other special invitees in the audience, and most importantly, the graduating class. It is indeed a pleasure to have you here this morning. Special good morning. This program is now called to order as we all stand to give praises to the above Almighty. We'll do our silent prayer according to our own religious beliefs. Thank you. We'll remain standing as we recite our national pledge. After the count of 2, we'll begin. 1, 2. I pledge myself to honor always the flag of Guyana, and to be loyal to my country, to be obedient to the laws of Guyana, to love my fellow citizens, and then create high energies towards your happiness and prosperity. Thank you, and you may be seated. The pleasure is mine to invite Ms. Narissa R. Sheriff, our life skill trainer, to do the welcome and opening remarks. Please welcome her to the podium.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is my absolute pleasure to welcome each and every one of you here to yet another graduation ceremony for Board of Industrial Training Region 7. My name is Narissa Sheriff, and I'm thrilled to perform the task of welcoming you all. First and foremost, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you joining us this morning. Your presence adds a special warmth to the gathering and makes this event even more memorable. A special welcome goes out to the Honorable Minister of Labor, Mr. Joseph Hamilton, whose support and dedication to this training exercise has been nothing short of remarkable. His Worship, the Mayor, Mr. Anthony Murray, the CEO of the Board of Industrial Training, Mr. Richard Mon, the Technical Officer, Mr. Joseph Barrett, and the graduating class of 2024, special invitees and all of you here present today. Allow me to once again welcome you all. I hope you enjoyed today's program. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Narissa. Indeed, that was warm. Welcome. Now we'll have words from our project manager, Mr. Joseph Barrett, or the technical officer from BIT. Please welcome Mr. Barrett.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It's a great pleasure to have you young folks here today in our graduation. First of all, I must say special thanks to our Minister, Mr. Joseph Hamilton, our CEO, Richard Mon, our Mayor, Martin Murray, one of our director, Mr. Desmond Moore, Desmond Moore, one of the director, and Ms. Indira, our admin. I must say a special thanks to those stakeholders, all our stakeholders. We have Ms. Siano from the radio station. We have a Sheriff, Ms. Sheriff, our trainer in the life skill, Mr. Bastio, GRA, my manager, Ms. Fredericks, who is a part of Reunion Goal and will be a part of BIT very soon. We have Gail Ann, Deputy Mayor, Ms. LaRose, Education Officer, and we have Mr. Bacchus, Deputy Commander. I must say thanks for having you here and for your support that you give throughout the years to BIT. A special thanks to other invitees who's here with us today. And I must say this congratulations to the trainees who have come through this program. Today we are here and to qualify, give certificate to 19 students who have been successful in two disciplines. One is the electrical installation, where we had 9 persons, and welding fabrication, 20 persons. This program is the brainchild of the government, which was driven by our minister, Minister Hamilton. As you should have known that we had programs before in the region, but not to this magnitude. And with this, I'm very pleased to say that some of our trainees, although just graduate, have already moved ahead. Some have gained work in different departments, some are doing their own work for themselves, self-employed. And I must say thanks to the minister to see it fit to have us doing this program in Bartica. And I do know and I do show that the years to come, Bartica will be better off because the minister have Bartica at start. Thank you, and nice having you here.
Thank you, Mr. Barrett, for those brief remarks. We'll now invite Mr. Richard Munn to come to the podium, our Chief Executive Officer of BIT. Please welcome him.
Honorable Minister, other members of the table, ladies and gentlemen, members of the media, graduates, a pleasant good morning to you all. Indeed, it's a privilege to be here in Bartica to celebrate with those of you who are graduating today, who would have spent some time developing competency and skills in 2 occupational areas. I want to leave with you 3 ideas that I believe if you hold dear, it will help you as you continue to grow. I want to say to you, your skills are your currency. Now, when we speak about currency, we're speaking about money, something that we can use and we can exchange for resources. The skill is what you use to exchange for that resource called money. As an individual, I believe that a man's gifts make way for him. So it's the skills that you acquire over the last few months can help even as Guyana transform. As you look around, Guyana is being transformed. It's being transformed by a few industry, primarily the oil and gas industry, the construction sector. Technology is increasing. When we look, we're seeing Guyana is developing. It is being transformed. I want to say to you that the practical skills you have gained through the programs implemented by the Board of Industrial Training, as a result, and I say again, as a result of government financing or funding, right, you are now able to contribute to this transformation that is happening in Guyana. And the skills that you have acquired represent the exact type of skills that our nation needs now to contribute to the building and the future of our nation. Welding and fabrication, electrical installation. Every day people are crying out they need more persons with these skill sets. Your skill is your currency that can help you to acquire resources that you need to contribute to your personal development, your family development, and when you are developed, your family is developed, the community at large experience development, and thus, I hasten to say, Guyana will benefit from the skills that you have. Use your currency wisely. I want to say to you to be adaptable and to be innovative. Yes, you have acquired some skills in welding and fabrication, some skills in electrical installation, but you cannot afford to say that I have achieved, I've known it all, I have developed to my fullest potential. You have to realize that there is something called lifelong learning, and you have to be able to be adaptable, be willing to adapt to change so that you can stay current. And your currency, which is your skill, will remain relevant. So I encourage you to be adaptable and to be innovative in your thinking and in your actions. I also want to say to you, success starts at home. Everybody wants to go offshore, but I'm sure there's a lot of potential here in Bartica, Region 7. Look to see how your skill can help to answer the challenges, the problem, the difficulties that exist here in Bartica. People pay you when you're able to fix problems. Identify the problem that your skill, the skill that you have acquired can fix, and use it for that. And I guarantee you, you will be paid. Graduates, this morning, I congratulate you. I wish you well, and I want to say to you that you are now ambassadors of the Board of Industrial Training, ambassadors of the program that the government of Guyana has invested in. Thus, they have invested in you, so we want you to be good ambassadors. Once again, on behalf of the chairman of the Board of Industrial Training, the directors, and the staff members, such as Mr. Barra, Ms. Indira, and all the technical officers, M&E officers, and so data management officers, and all those who contribute to make sure that resources reach you and the programs are implemented successfully, I congratulate you and I wish you the best in your future endeavor.
Well, those were really inspiring words from Mr. Mon, and I'm sure they will stick with you in all your endeavors to use the skills that you would have learned. And I like the word especially adaptable. So you got to keep yourself competitive, graduates, so that you will become persons that the society will always want to have and will make the community a place where we are not short of skills that we don't have to import. Knowing Bartica, and I know you will hear from our mayor, who will push for more and tell you what is in store in a different perspective. So over to you. Please welcome our mayor, Mr. Martin Murray.
Thank you, Chairman of Proceedings. Pleasure is mine this morning to say a hearty welcome and a splendid good morning to you all. I'm honored indeed to be a part of this program and continue to be honored and express my heartfelt gratitude to all those who are making these programs a success. I must say, all protocols already established in the interest of time. I want to recognize all officials in the audience, graduates this morning. I notice that everyone's remarks are very brief, and I will continue to do that. As the mayor of the Township of Bartica, and also an important stakeholder in this exercise that you, the graduates, are completing your activity of practical and theory in the different departments. We continue to support the Board of Industrial Training in this exercise. As I said earlier, as a very important stakeholder, we want to see Bartica rise with standards that adds value to our citizens, our residents, and most importantly, you young men who are seeing the future as an ambitious individual moving forward to have a comfortable life. As I encourage you this morning, I want to thank the government that continue to see the needs to add value to its citizens' life. It has as they embark on these programs and activities through the different ministries, the government continue to give each and every one of us an opportunity to excel, whether it's practically or theoretically, in our own specialty or our own departments. And you've chosen to be a part of it. And now you have come to the end to add that important value and significance to your skill set by having a diploma add on to your skills. To complete your practical, I know some of you already are doing your practical or actually doing the work, but you've completed something very valuable, is to add that certificate. Because importantly, our township is moving forward with companies that is choosing. They are choosing to come to Bartica to establish very large companies. But we must prepare to accommodate these companies. And how can we do that? This is an example for you to add that value to your skill set so that the company standards that is set, you can fit in. Again, our government in different MOUs with these companies make sure that the local content is being adhered to. And this is where you guys come in, where our people must be looked at first and foremost to be a part of those companies. I know Minister Hamilton will more elaborate on that, but from our township, as the mayor, I must look out for the interests of my citizens, my residents, to be a part of these activities, part of these programs, and to be part of these companies with the skill set that you acquire through bit of industrial training. I know today we have, I think about 19 or probably 20 persons graduating in 2 different departments. I want to commend you for the sacrifice and the commitment into this program that the government, through the Ministry of Labor, made available to you. I want to encourage you as moving forward. Continue to respect your colleagues, your employer, and first and most importantly, your family value. You've added something to your life that will bring more to it. But remember, we must be ambitious in our thoughts. We must be ambitious as young men, because life and time does not wait on no man. So finally, I want to say, Minister and his team, thanks for coming here to be a part of this program. And I wish you all well in your future endeavors, young men. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Moritz. Indeed inspiring. So, the Honorable Mr. Joseph Hamilton is now invited to the podium to do that.
Okay, thank you very much, administrators. One of my favorite people in Bartica, Mr. Mayor, don't feel anyway. I always go look for her, or she always come look for me, but importantly, she's a sister of a young doctor. At that time I knew, long time ago when I operated at the Ministry of Health. So let me say it's always a pleasure coming to have conversations, as I see it, with young people and some not so young people. And many a times I try my best to speak to young people, not so much as a minister. Many places I go, I inform them that I'm leaving the ministership at the door. I come in here to have a conversation with you as a father and as a grandfather. Secondly, I like to say to people I speak to, before they assess me wrong, is that the guy that speaks to you is just an ordinary country guy. Because sometimes, you know, some of the things I will say, you might be thinking, okay, minister can say all of these things he's saying because, don't worry, bread well buttered. And I like to make it simple, to make the point that I'm just an ordinary country guy. Born and grew up in a village named Triumph on the East Coast, among cane cutters and fishermen. And that's an important thing. Basically saying to you, that life is not where you start this, it's where you want to finish this life. And you must not be constrained in the development of your life and being progressive and being hopeful because of where you might be born. Also, where you were born and where you grew up is what brought you to this place. And you must always be proud. Always be proud of your village, your town, your region, wherever you come from. Because you're what you are because of that upbringing in that community. Important to young people, before I go on to congratulate you, is this. Many people lose sight of the fact when they start to accomplish things. I normally say to young people, family is all that you have at the end of the day. Because I'm sure, God forbid, any one of you go out on that road there and a car hit you down or you got some accident and you're unconscious, I can assure you when you open your eyes at Bartica Hospital, family will be around that day. You know, people acquire and then suddenly the mother is not the mother anymore. The brothers and sisters, the siblings are unimportant because they're the one in the family who have been able to acquire things. And therefore, leave them for later. You understand? Many of you, I'm sure you have children, and for those who don't have, you will have subsequently. Again, you have to always be sure that the greatest commitment you make to pick them when you bring them this world is that you would ensure their lives are better than yours. That's the greatest commitment. Every generation in every family line should improve their status in society. If you fail to do that, you have failed your lineage. And if you're wondering why that is important, because today you have benefited and you live in a Bartica and in a Region 7 that today you can be proud of, and the buildings you see around, the schooling you have been able to acquire. Just to say to you, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, what you see here today didn't exist. It is here because your parents and your grandparents, they sacrificed to build this place. And you must always be mindful of that. And importantly, they didn't have the education that you were exposed to. They didn't have the opportunity that you're exposed to. But what was constant for ordinary people, poor people, is that they always believe that what will take you out of poverty is education. That was good in 1950s, 40s, 1910. It's good this morning in 2010. Shortcut don't work, can't work. I'm sure you young people, you know a lot of people who try to take shortcut. Some of them you have already gone to their funeral, and some might be at Lot 12 or Mazzaruni prison. Right, officer? Some shortcut people, right? They want to succeed, but with no sacrifice. Success don't come without sacrifice. So, understand that. So, as I congratulate you, this is the beginning of a journey. Very shortly, you'll collect your certificate. You have to make a determination. What do I do with this paper? And that determination, none of the people at this table, and recognition to all my friends here, not Miss Narissa or headmistress or senior policeman or teachers in the room, that responsibility belongs to you. What do I do with this piece of paper? We admit, and Joe Barrett here, and the CEO and Indira, and Mr. Morian at the end there, who is one of the directors, their role is to make you employable. Regarding being employed, that is your responsibility. We have to make you employable. And I dare say, being employable is not the skill set and the certificate alone. It comes with common graces so that you can succeed. Discipline, fundamental to success. And I'm not talking about good morning and good afternoon. I'm talking about you guys and girls who did welding. When you set up your business, and you take a man money, and you say, come for your grill Friday. Friday cannot be next Wednesday. That's the discipline I'm talking about. Because when the lady gives you her money, she has expectations. She might be renting a house. She wants to get out of there. This is the last month she will pay her house rent. She was able to struggle and build a building, but she wanted secured. And she scraped all the money she could get, borrow and beg and everything. And she brings some of that money to you to do her great work. And she hands it over faithfully to you. And you tell her, you will get your grill Friday. Friday can't mean next Wednesday. You will know one word got 9 letters and one got just 6, right? So they're not even similar. Electrical installation people, the same thing. Can't run the wire and left it. I'm going to play dominoes and drink beer with friends. You have done the people work. That's the discipline I'm talking about. And you can't succeed in your profession if the first job you get, you're treated badly. All of Article would know that you're just a waste of time. Nobody ain't coming to you anymore. I mean, your profession is over with. And even if you move from here and go to other Regina, somebody will say, there's a cock man that comes from Baptist. so your deeds will follow you wherever you go. And that's the reason why you have to lay out a good impression so that your clients can become your salesperson. Somebody asking for a man to do grill or run wire, they can comfortably recommend you. But if you mess up, if they recommend you, this other guy is a total waste. Go to the other guy up the road. So, congratulations to you. I know this is not easy. I know you have had to make great sacrifices to get to this place. And that must mean something for you. How many 100 hours you completed must mean something for you. That's your accomplishment, not Joe Barato nor the trainers. You struggled, you sacrificed. You adjusted your life. It must mean something to you. Importantly also is this. We normally say to young people, you can afford to fail everybody else. You can't fail yourself. None of us could afford to fail ourselves. Now that can be detrimental. You could fail your mother, you could fail your mistress. You can't fail yourself. And whether you fail yourself or not is in your hands. Nobody else will. So congratulations to you. What will sustain you after you collect these certificates? It's not the paper. Water can destroy that. Fire could destroy it. Knowledge would sustain you. The knowledge you have acquired. And that is what you must use wisely. I normally say, if I have a skill set, if I'm qualified to do something, and I can't feed myself and my family, that's a wasted skill set. You must be able to do that. And I will come to another part of ensuring that happens. To the trainers who are involved, whether life skill or practical training, I say congratulations. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Because I know you don't have to just be a teacher. You have to be a manager of spirits. Am I not right? To be a successful teacher, as administrator, every day you have to be able to manage spirits. Because you know the class got 60, whatever number, and all of them come in their space with their own problems. And the administrator just got to deal with children. She got teachers. Woman who man left them. Man who got problems with your friend. All of them in that space with her for 8 hours. And the person they would take out the spite on. And that minibus man is just wrong. Yeah? So, she got to go through, and I'm using admission to make fun, in any area of management. And for you who are managers and so who wonder sometimes, what is the story with these people? The story is they're checking out their problems by me for the 6 or 8 hours they got built. So I know the teachers are to manage spirits. The fact that 19 persons are here, Barrett, they did a good job in managing spirits because 19 people graduated. 10, one class, the full sum, and one class, 9 of 10. Right? So, congratulations to the persons, the trainers. The trainees, you are the most important component of our training program. Because if we don't have trainees, we have no need for trainers. I don't know what my good friend Narissa will do. These people, if we got them, you won't come in for this speech at the table. You understand that? And the electrical man and the welding man, hey. If we don't have trainees, Joe Barrett don't have to look for you. I don't need you. So always remember that, trainers. The most important component of the program are trainees. Without them, we don't have graduation. So understand that and recognize that. So I spoke earlier about discipline. Focus. How do you succeed? Can't be distracted. You have to surround yourself with progressive people. Not naysayers and dull people. People who talk chucketness all day. You have to surround yourself by like-minded people. People who want to progress, who want to elevate themselves, who can give you proper advice. So young people, you have to learn to do that. Now, I say this to you. Not even God likes useless people. Your parents don't want a useless son or a useless daughter. All of us must be useful. You know, I'm sure you know of people. A guy coming to visit his brother, and the brother seen coming down the road, and he said, telling the children then, tell Uncle John that he's not at home. Because Uncle John is bad influence to come in the brother house. He's useless. So you can't be useless. Even your parents can tolerate you, but they really don't like you. You can't expect them to like you if you're useless. So you have to be useful. Always be useful. Always want to be useful. So it's not the certificate alone will take you through. The other important thing is creativity. So you learn the basic principles of this tutoring. You have to bring some creativity in it. So you people who did the welding program, you cannot be satisfied just to weld up some bars. You have to put some creative thinking into it to add some spice and spunk into what you're doing. I was visiting a training program. I think Richard was with me in Pomeroon River, one of the villages here. They're doing a joinery program. Most of the people were women. And when I got there, I see them trying to navigate to build them same ugly furniture that courts the step. Are you understanding that? You know ugly furniture? And I'm saying to them, you cannot be living in the Pomeroon River where you're exposed to all this environment of tranquility and trees and birds. And I said, when you're done, for that matter, I'm going 2 weeks from now, right, to church for graduation. You must create tables with cayman carved on it, and alligator, and whatever board you like it. You understand me? People walk in the place, they must not see a chair with sponge in the back and a chair with sponge in the seat. When you have TV series, another vine you can use to make chair. That's what I'm talking about. Some creativity and innovation in your learning. So you people, you must learn and understand. How do I do some designing and fabrication of steel products, utilizing different skill sets? And once you know computer, to use the computer, it can help you to do that. The people who do electrical work, you cannot be comfortable. The electrical trainer is here? Yes. Okay. The thing is, I'm sure in your training, you use those big wires, right, Barrett? Do you understand that them things are going out of style? A 2.5 cable and a fat thing anymore. So you got to get acquainted with that. Because you might go to a work site, and when you see the cable, you might think it's telephone cable. But that is cable now that they use in electrical installation. It is not that coarse thing anymore. So you have to get acquainted to those things. And what can help you to get acquainted? All of us, we have a cell phone in our hand and in our pocket. A lot of people believe the only use the cell phone have is to go on Facebook to mind people's business, to go see stupid TikTok, or to look at cricket in the morning. The phone is more important than that. Everything you want to learn about your trade and your craft, you can find it there free of cost. So if you really want to develop your skill set, utilize the tool that name phone. Secondly, let me ask, you all took pictures while you were being trained? Huh? Okay, what you plan to do with it other than send it to your girlfriend? Tell me, what you plan to do with it? Okay, you complete one process. You take out photographs. Some of you might have done videos too, right? Am I not right? Right. What you plan to do with it? You're graduating today, 29th of November. What you plan to do with it? What have you done with it? Other than send it to your girlfriend or boyfriend. Okay, let me give you an idea. All of you, commit to yourself and to all the stakeholders here to before the day is done, you create a Facebook page and present yourself to the world with all those photographs. So people, not just in Bartica, so that people know you exist. You have to be your own promoter. You have to be able to sell yourself. You have to be your marketing agent. And how do you do it? Those photographs you take out so indeed they can see you being trained. Indeed, they can see you navigating electrical installation and welding. And who knows? Somebody from Puerto Rico might call you in the morning to come help run wire. Are you understanding me? Everybody, you all understanding me? So I want smiles. I want a Facebook page. You cannot have tools and you're failing to utilize it. You have to promote yourself. There's a scripture somewhere in the Bible that says, no man lighted a candle and put it under a bushel. You have to let your light shine. So beyond these doors and your family, before the day is done, all Bartica and all Region 7 and all Guyana must know that you are now qualified in the skill set. Y'all listen? Y'all gonna do that for me, right? And I get serious for me. You know, I used to be a teacher. I don't like silent classes. I don't know what's going through the head. To say something to me, at least in your face, right? Relax here and stuff. Right, you see. I see some people relaxing. He's not a judge, you know, he's just an ordinary guy, a task starter, I tell you that. What's ordinary? He used to be a guy just like you all. Once upon a time. Long, long time ago. So, everybody gonna do their own Facebook page, right? And please, call your business and your name a professional one, right? It's not it's not Cartel John. Oh my God. Oh my God. Nobody's gonna call, right, officer? I call Cartel John to do some electrical work in the house. Or Sweet Susan of Bartica. What's calling that? You all get the drift, right? You get the drift. You can satisfy all of that by just putting your surname. Your name Harris? Harris Electrical Installation Company. Simple. Your name T. Harris Thomas? T.H. Construct, whatever. But please, don't put them things. Right? You're no Gully and no Gaza, right? You will defeat the purpose. So, I hope all y'all establish a Facebook page before the day is done and present yourself to the world with your photographs and the videos you have done. Share to other people who are in it, and you all establish before the day is done 19 Facebook pages presenting yourself to Bartica, to Region 7, and to the world. Now, how many women are in these programs? Joe? One each. Okay. Next year, when I come in to talk to Bartica, I'm saying to Joe Barrett and Narissa and administrators and all the stakeholders and my good friend on the radio station and the chief policeman here. If you all got 4 man sit down for me to talk to you before. Tell me that one thing. It's depressing. That woman got that. So everybody will work together to ensure that the programs we will execute. We go out there and solicit and encourage women to join this group. Right? And I'll get to the men and talk to these guys briefly about something. You women that are listening to me, you must go out there also. And you must promote yourself to influence women out there so that they will be enthused the fact that you have succeeded. If they have doubts, they'll recognize that they also can succeed. And let me say this, BIT program don't have age ranges. Once you're 15 years, 6 months, you could join our program. You don't have to have no certificate to join our program. You don't have to come with money to join our program. I have graduated people from the age 16 to 61 years old. So our programs ain't got, the conversation about training youth. We train people. And we ain't got man program and woman program. Right? So, I'm putting you all on notice, Batik and Region 7. Next year, when I come in here to talk, if I got poor man or sending Richard, they gonna deal with it. Like, I'm tasking all of y'all to ensure that we do better, and we can do better. We have trained in 4 years 12,700 and odd persons across this country, of which 61% are females. You understand? So I know we can do better here. When I started this work, I used Linden to make it. Heavy duty equipment operator program. It had 37 persons, 5 women. Now you have to look for the 5 of them. They're celebrities for the day. The last graduation Linden had heavy duty equipment program. Of 41 persons, 19 of them were females. And the last time I was in Linden there, I had 2 women waiting to see me just to say, thank you, Minister. To say to me, I am the only female heavy duty equipment operator at Guyana Goldfields. You understand? So it has been done. For persons who are not youth anymore, I can give you a story of a 48-year-old woman from Parika who said she didn't finish primary school. She joined our sewing program. We call it garment construction. Just in a conversation like this. She said all she did is do odds and ends work to support her husband, who was a cane cutter. Today, she has a designing and seamstress business at Parika with 4 employees. Are you understanding that? So I'm telling you about things that have been done. She did not finish primary school. But at the age of 48, she decided that I am more worthy than cleaning up all around the place for people. That drove her. Find some money, pay for some machines, and now she has her own business. She says sometimes she works up to 2 o'clock in the morning because she has so many clients who bring cloth for her and her people. So everything I tell you, it has been done. Now, I make mention to all of my good friends here about my expectation of all the stakeholders. I will have a brief chat with the men, and I want them to smile, keep smiling. Because they have a role to play in this. Yeah? So, here it is, young man. I believe every man, he must have a duty and a responsibility to help the woman in his life to upgrade herself. Let me say that again. You didn't catch. I believe, young man, every man must have a duty and a responsibility to help the woman in his life to upgrade herself. And you must give her that support. Because I say to you, every man who is a successful man, the reason why he has succeeded is because a woman was there. Either the side of him, at the back of him pushing him, and sometime in front of him pulling him when he's doubting himself that he can succeed. So, you guys, you have that responsibility. So, can't send 32 text messages to the girl and call her 16 times a day. And you say she is your babe, and you're not help she out. Right? Am I not right? See, when I was growing up, the words were darling and sweethearted. So, right, Maria? Now I'm told there's a fight about whether it's bae or B. She can't be your bae. And when she needs your support, you're not drinking beer with your friend, yeah? You all understand what I'm saying, brother? You gotta help. You have to support. You gotta want to see her do well. It can't be that we still believe that women are only vessels to produce children. Their only role is to cook food and clap roti and wash clothes. My God, men got to do better. Give support to the woman in your life. And I'll tell you why you must do that. I'll finish in a moment. You notice I'm looking at my clock a lot. Young men, you know, men die earlier than women. You know, women live 5 to 7 more years than men. Are you aware? I'm not a medical doctor, but you're aware. 5 to 7 years. Let me explain. Let me give you the diagnosis why. Because men, they operate this way. You're working for $120,000. You know the money ain't enough to take care of the family. And he complain every day. When he see particle power and light in the street, he think it's he like the coming for Qatar. Or he see GWI in the street, he think it's he water. And our courts don't even discuss that. When he play for this prostitute TV, courts calling your godmother, the pastor, everybody now. I'm told your school friend from primary school. So everybody know your business that you don't pay for the flat screen or the fridge, right? But the man is aware this $120,000 cannot do it, mistress. He know that. Complain every day. And he got a strong, healthy, intelligent woman in the house. He could deal with his dilemma by just giving her some support and help to go develop herself. To either be able to get one of these skills or develop herself whereby she could establish some business. And perhaps she can bring another $100,000 into the home. So 210 or 20 is more than 120 in any currency accounting. So, young man, if you want to live long, and if you don't want to have all these heart conditions and blood pressure story, and so the way to do it is simple. You must learn to open the bird cage, let the woman fly. You understand that? Could you do that, young man? Let the girl fly? Wait till I ask you the question of my answer. You learn to do that. Ladies, right? Men are terrified, right? To open the bird cage. One time I said that the guy said, but minister, the bird might not come back. I said to him, I said, you know, if the money come back, that is on your account. Now, once you do it, once you treated the board well, the board will return. But in all seriousness, the last census in 2012 indicated that 52% of the population of Guyana are females. We have a census result going to come out just now. I want to believe it will say put that number higher than 52%. Bartica cannot develop. Region 7 cannot develop. Agatash cannot develop. Whichever community, if we shut women out from training and development. Because it's more than half of the population you're shutting out. So understand. And your burden will be lighter. So we have to do everything possible to ensure that women participate in these non-traditional training for development so that they can make their contribution to the development of Bartica and Region 7. We cannot talk about development and we're not ensuring half of the population participate in upgrading and upskilling. It wouldn't work, cannot work. And that's the reason why earlier I said, all of us have a responsibility and a duty to ensure that in 2025, we have women participating robustly in every training program that we do in Region 7. Now, what have we done so far in Region 7? And it's good to speak to this because, you know, sometimes people, they confront us in the government and they ask this question. What the government did for me, or, you know, they say that. The government can do nothing for me. You know, they got people who would collect the $100,000 and the same afternoon they would say government can do nothing for them. You know when the chair was just now? They collected money. And afternoon they will let the rub shop say the government never do nothing for them. They take the same $100,000, drinking around with it. But what have we done here in Region 7 over the last 4 years? We have trained thus far 366 persons in Region 7. 366 persons who didn't have technical training at 2020. They now have it in Region 7. 204 males and 162 females. And this is not confined to Bartica. We have done training at Kaburi, is the right thing, boys? We have done training at Agatash. We have done training in Upper Mazaruni, Kamarang Village, Jawala, Puruni, and Waramada. So you understand? It's not just around here. And we want to do more. Also, we did a program funded by the IDB in Region 7 that was supervised by the Guyana Energy Agency, where we trained 41 females in PV system technology, solar panel technician. So in this region, you have 41 women who are qualified to install, to repair, and service solar panel and all the peripherals. And right now, we are developing a program with the World Bank to train 20 women across the country, of which 2 of them will be selected from Region 7 to participate in the program. Those 20 women will be trained at a higher level in PV system technology, because that program will go for 2 years, right, Richard? A 2 years program where they will come out of town, given stipend, we'll put them up with comfortable surroundings, take care of every aspect of their well-being for 2 years. Train them and send them back in the region so that they themselves can become trainers in the field. And why? Because region 1, 7, 8, and 9, we know that many of the communities would never be able to be on the grid. So we have to develop in their own community. And most of the communities already, they have received their solar panel for household, right, Bharat? So we have to have people now in those communities who can repair those things. So that is what we are doing, and we have done, and what we will be doing for the future in Region 7. Now, 2 other things I will say. We have signed a memorandum of understanding with the Guyana Police Force. And we're having conversations with the prison service as I speak. Because at the level of the servicemen who are giving the prime of their life to keeping this state together. You know, people cuss police and so a lot, right? But they never think about, take policemen out of the equation for 48 hours. Think about, with policemen. Sometimes we have chaos, right, officer? People just go bizarre. Take policemen out of the equation for 48 hours in whichever community. Choose it. And then let us count the cost. And then we'll understand the importance of our service people who should not be treated shabbily. Our soldiers. And Maduro getting hysterical or whatever he does from time to time. They got left their family. Whether it's Baltica, Buxton, Bedford, Burmese, and them alone and God. They're at Kaikan and whichever place there. When shots start firing, they start firing. First people would be there to make great sacrifices. It's those people. So we cannot and should not treat them badly. So, recognizing that, we have said to the police force, I believe fundamentally, that all police personnel should be trained for life after police work. All service people should be trained. I think it's an unfair thing that we bring a policeman or woman into this job at the age of 18. We have them in there for, say, 10 years. And then when they retire, or they left their work, whichever one, or the work left them, whichever. The only skill they have is that we have trained them how to use a gun. Are you understanding that? And then when they go into bad company, and they end up being some drug dealer bodyguard, we cost them. That's the only skill we give them. We didn't tell them how to use appliance. The only skill we give him for 10 years. So we have to change that. And so in every region, I urge police personnel to organize themselves and the shift and whatever to ensure that people get training, prepared for life. The prison service officers, all of them, all service people, prepare for life after service. And we have done it. Dozens of police personnel today are trained, heavy duty equipment operators, electrical installations, whatever across this country. In one instance in Region 5, at Myconi, Nearly half of the people we were training at the time were police personnel from Region 5. So, Bartika, I'm urging you to use us in a deliberate way. Free. Everything we do is free. Everything we do at BIT has no cost to it other than your time. Can't want a better deal than that. So, as I close my mouth, the future, I need to mention that. For you that are going to collect certificate today, I mentioned it's not the end. We have already signed a memorandum of understanding with the Reunion Gold Mines, who have now sold out to G Mining, right, Richard? Right. That all the technicians that will work on that mine in the preparation stage, and when they start production, Board of Industrial Training would be responsible for the training of those persons at our facility at Mount River. So, that's the future. And many of you might have to return to upgrade yourself beyond what you now know in the field that you were trained, whether it's electrical installation or welding. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me say, as I started, thank you all very much, all the stakeholders who contributed to ensuring that we have been able to come thus far, being able to train nearly 400 persons in this region over the last 4 years. Nearly half females, and we will continue to do that. That is a mandate of the Board of Industrial Training, to ensure that we go out there and develop the skills of people. Also, we have a program that you must be interested in Bartica and Region 7. Next year, we hope to take all the people who are technicians in regions who don't have a certificate and ensure they get a certificate. So you have a man now who might be a good welder. He's not as lucky as you are, or fortunate. You don't have a certificate. You have a man who might be a good AC technician. But how Guyana is moving, some work sites he mightn't be able to go on there and work because the contract says you can only bring a certified AC technician on the site to work. And so whether you got 30 years experience, it means nothing to the contractor. You cannot pass the gate. You 19 people, when you leave here, you could pass gates because you have a certificate to show. Now just get Finally. So the guys who did electrical installation, let me ask you this question. Because I preach multi-skilled and multi-talented. For you who did electrical installation, if you were to do another program, what is the important program to complement your electrical installation? Anybody? People who do electrical installation, put up your hand, man. Answer me, let me talk. What do you think is a complementary program? If you could do another program, what will you do? I got silent on me somewhere. Huh? Anybody? Oh, I just see the first man that answer, he's up on the ball. AC and refrigeration technician. So important to developing your skill is not to play hopscotch. You have to look for a compatible skill set So as an electrician now, you will collect a certificate. You might go to install wires at somebody's house, and the place is so hot these days, they might need to put in 2 AC in the house. If you have the skill, all the money will come to your pocket, right? But if you don't have that other skill, you gotta look for the AC man, right? That's a compatible skill. Welding and fabrication people, metalwork engineering, designing of stuff. I'm sure you're seeing my good friend in the back there, the trainer. You see all these fancy gates. You know, before the skill set Guyanese started, all of those things we had to import from China. Now Guyanese metalworkmen are creating all those designs you see around. I'm not talking about the bars, I'm talking about the plate, making designs. You have to develop your skill set to complement the welding and fabrication, where you become a metal workman or woman. You can design things, and the computer can help you in that regard. All you need is some skill set. And you can go use your computer, and you will see, free of cost, how it can be done, how it should be done. So, I'm saying this to you because I believe that no one skilled person will be able to survive the world before you young people. You have to be multi-skilled and multi-talented. As good as you might be in one skill set. You have to be prepared. If a door closes, you can walk into another door. Not when the door closes, you're going to look for Barrett for trade me now. You have to have a skill. So you have to be multi-skilled, multi-talented. So I impress upon you. And that's the reason why we allow for, not because you are certified and you collect a certificate, doing a program, you're debarred from doing another program with it. What you cannot do is do back the same program because you already got it. But you're allowed to do another program. Okay? So, well, the people and welding and fabrication people, don't get excited because your cousin wants to go and drive heavy duty equipment next year. You look for the compatible skill set. Don't get excited. You know, and you ladies, you lady here, which program you did? Electrical installation. Don't get excited. Your cousin, they want to do cosmetology. You don't pass the cosmetology road already. You look at a different gradation. So, when you're discussing with Barrett about what I will do next year, it cannot be cosmetology. It has to be AC and refrigeration technician. You get me, drift? All right. Thank you all very much. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you very much, Minister. I know with the passion Minister has for bit, he can go on and on to give us motivational talk. And now we would have come to the very important aspect where we recognize with the certificate the persons who would have completed the program. So, Mr. Barrett, I invite the personnel to do this task, to remove the table.
They have here.
Which class? Electrical? Okay. Okay. We'll start with the electrical installation program. And we'll ask the mayor to step forward to do the honor. Randy Anderson, is Randy here? Oh, yeah. Nixon Gillett. Nixon Gillett, please stand by. Fitco, please stand by. No. Thank you, Your Worship. Okay, Christopher Fitco. And can I have Mr. Barrett, please? Mr. Barrett? Okay. Mr. Barrett? Go, Mr. Barrett, please. Okay. Kobe Rice Jones. Kobe, is Kobe here? Thank you, Mr. Barrett. Mr. Morian. Okay. Mr. Morian, please step forward. Miss Joshua Jones. Darius Neblet, please stand by. Lisa Herrera, please stand by. Michael DeFreitas, please stand by. Michael DeFreitas, please stand by. Is Michael here? Oh. Thank you, Mr. Morian. Ms. Fredericks, please do the honor for us. Ms. DeFreitas, please stay. This is the welding and fabrication class now. I need Casmira Beaton to please step forward. Oh, sorry, Rayon Hall, sorry. Rayon Hall, please step forward. Thank you to Ms. Fredericks. That was the electrical installation class. Honorable Minister, please step forward. Casmira, you're up first. Ryan Burry, please stand by. Ryan. Ryan Berry. Kosi Joseph, please stand by. Kosi Joseph. Elijah Constantine, please stand by. Romeo Jardine, please stand by. He's not here. Thank you, Minister. Mr. Mon. Andel Marslow. Kieran Moore. Christoph, please stand by. Christoph Prasad. Ramcharan, please stand by. Bani Ramcharan, you're next. And next we have Cassidy Williams. Thank you, Mr. Mon. Can we have all the electrical trainees please step forward for our picture as a class? All electrical trainees. Oh. Can we have some help with the chairs, please? Just some help.
We need some help with this chair.
Yes.
Gentlemen, we need some help with this chair.
Take up your seat, please. Oh, thank you. Is the trainer with them? We need to have the trainer with them also if you're present. You're finished. Thank you. Well then, with your certificates, please step forward. Put the female in the middle.
We got no foil too. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey, hey. Guyana is nice. Guyana is fun. Guyana is clean. Guyana is green. Guyana got oil. Guyana got gold. Guyana got young and Guyana got old. The government
What a
realize it's a
cheers.
big deal. I'm singing from my heart. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home.
Yes.
The only place I call home. Welcome to Guyana, land of six races, six different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. We got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love
A
Guyana.
warm and graceful morning
Guyana,
to
my
our most
country, my
valued
home.
guest,
The
the
only
Honorable
place I
Minister of
call
Labour,
home.
Mr. Joseph Hamilton, His Worship Mayor Murray, the CEO of BIT, Mr. Mon,
Listen.
the Technical Officer of BIT Region 7, special invitees,
You know a little
graduating
something.
class of 2024, ladies and
Your
gentlemen.
country better than mine.
It is my privilege to propose today's
Welcome
vote
to
of thanks
Guyana,
speech and acknowledge the
land of six
contribution
races,
of
six
those who worked
different
hard to pull off
faces,
this
and we
exercise.
all live in love.
Gratitude must be given to
Guyana
the
is a
entire
beautiful
team at the Board
country,
of
no other can
Industrial Training
compare.
for
We got
executing
everything
this
right
program and
here,
to
so
all those
no
who
other
helped
can
to make
compare.
this exercise a
Guyana
success.
is made up
We
of
would like
so
to
many
thank you
natural
all. We are
resources.
forever
We
grateful for
don't
your
need no
support.
forces,
Once
cause
again,
we
thank
got
you
enough
all.
resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey, hey. Guyana is nice. Guyana is fun. Guyana is clean. Guyana is green. Guyana got oil. Guyana got gold. Guyana got young and Guyana got old. Let's talk about more. Guyana got things. We growing wings and developing things. The government realize it's a big deal. I'm singing from my heart. Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Welcome to Guyana, land of six races, six different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I. This is Quincy Anderson. know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of six races, six different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other place compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got no resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got